Okay, good evening, Royal Coin Talk community. Tonight we have an AMA with Matrix Protocol. Here to talk about that is Lockie and Jack. So if we could just start with a bit of your background in crypto.
Jack, you might want to take this one, mate.
Oh yeah. So I've been in the space for about 3 years, and mainly started off dabbling in the larger cap cryptos, and as of this year, the smaller cap. I guess my background professionally, those more in the health industry, specifically in cardiology. So this is our first project that we've started in collaboration. Me and myself and Lockie, we're mates in real life, and we thought we'd put our expertise together and create a project that we can call our own. So that's me.
Yeah, and similar to myself. So about a bit over 12 months, Jack actually introduced me to the world of BSC. So I've been an investor obviously first, and I've seen the good, the bad, the ugly with projects, and what makes projects successful and what doesn't. So my background is marketing. So I work for probably the most recognised global brand within FMCG in a marketing capacity. So to reiterate what Jack said, we were seeing projects fail, and it wasn't the catalyst for why we started the project, but it was certainly a reason behind it. And we thought, with our expertise, my marketing background, Jack's sort of medical field background, and that's how the AI piece kind of links into it. We knew that we could make a successful project work, and for us, it was about making sure we bring in the right team who have transferable skills in the real world, and use that within the project. So we'd kind of seen projects where people were given fancy titles, like marketing director, and they've got no marketing experience. So for us, we weren't going to make that same mistake. We were going to obviously open up our team and make sure that the people who are in the project, they do that role within the project out in the real world.
Awesome, and that ties in with a medical background. The AI, you wanted to have it assist in living facilities and people requiring in-house care and support. So we can go over that, but also could we just go into the tokenomics as well? So some of it's going towards A&I R&D partnerships as well. Yeah.
Yeah, I might just quickly, Jack. I'll quickly touch on just the vision, just real quick. And then if you want to sort of broadly sort of speak about it or go into a bit more detail. But just quickly, so for us, it was really important that we understood why we wanted to do the project, so actually have a vision. So not obviously how we're going to do it and what we're going to do, but it was really about us understanding the why. So for us, it was about supporting those who are supporting others. And through that's through obviously the AI tech partnership. So 15% of the world's population live with a disability, and AI, and in particular in healthcare, that segment within AI is rapidly growing. And we could probably thank the coronavirus pandemic for seeing that. But Jack, if you just want to touch on kind of that in a little bit more detail and how that kind of pertains to your background, go for it.
Absolutely. So we don't, I guess, initially we don't want to be overly ambitious. So initially the short-term goals will be to fund these AI startup businesses and help them help others. How we're going to do that, I guess, is initially through the 12% transaction tax that will occur for our token. So just very 4% of which is redistributed to the marketing wallet, 3% to the liquidity pool, 2% back to the holders because it is a deflationary token, and also 3% will go to this AI/charity wallet. I guess professionally, I've seen AI work within cardiology with regard to, I guess, cardiac ultrasounds. So we use specific AI algorithms which can basically take measurements of the images taken and produce reports, negating the need for another set of eyes basically over the reports, so nothing's double handled. And I think that's the way the whole industry is moving. At the moment, it's a bit like a driverless car. You're not going to trust it 100%. So we still have our checks in place, but whether we like it or not, AI is here, and it's integrating with everyday life as we move forward.
Yeah, definitely. I do know there's a few robots that do specific points on operations already with AI, and in the future it has been brought into the present because of the pandemic. We've sort of advanced a lot quicker, and Elon Musk talks a lot about AI as well in the future, but it needs to be regulated. But so have you branched out to looking who you could actually partner with on that?
We're specifically sort of in our infancy with regard to our core vision. Lockie's been in touch with a few businesses to see how we can partnership and how we can see how we can partner with them and how we can help them. So it's very much in its infancy at the moment. We're in the process of reaching out to these businesses.
Awesome. And you've got a mobile web game in the works as well. Old School 16 beating. Sounds cool.
Yeah.
I will, before Lockie takes off of that, I will mention that there's going to be a lot of blood and guts. Go ahead, Lockie.
Jack always makes sure he gets that in before I talk to the game. But plenty of blood and guts and gore. But so Jack and I, selfishly, I guess we're in our early 30s. These are sort of games that we played growing up, that real arcade kind of 16-bit style sort of beat 'em up. That's very kind of our era, I guess you could say, for gaming. But what's really interesting about this game is, when we were in the ideation stage, Jack and I, first and foremost, we really wanted to make sure we had a reputable game developer. I'm not saying a lot of projects do this, but there's some projects where you see them that they're launching a game, and it's maybe potentially someone off Fiverr kind of developing the game, and there's no real kind of care in terms of who they're actually getting to use the game. So with that, obviously it takes time, so the game won't be released till 2022, but we think the fact that we've got someone who's responsible for gaming titles like Star Wars, like Transformers, like Spider-Man, Ninja Turtles, Nickelodeon titles, for us it was to kind of core focus for us to make sure that we are using someone reputable and can really understand, I guess, our goal and what our outcome is designed to be with this game. So when we're looking at the ideation stage for this game, we were kind of tinkering with the idea of a multi-level game, sort of 12 to 15 levels. But for Jack and I, we actually, so we're friends obviously outside of the crypto space in this project, but we caught up over Christmas, and we were playing Streets of Rage. So that's my go-to all-time favourite game. I'm not sure if many of the people on here know that game, but it's Double Dragon, kind of like your early sort of Street Fighter style game. And it's the sort of game where, unfortunately, when you play it, when you finish it, you tend not to go back to it, unless you're going back to it for that whole nostalgic kind of purpose. So for us, when we were talking with the developers about this game, and we were revising revising different versions, we decided to, and the message we conveyed to the developers was it needs to be engaging. So really what we wanted was, we want to bring out a game which engages our investors and even potential non-investors, of course, as well, to keep them coming back and keep them playing. So there had to be some sort of incentive there. So the concept that we came up with, I should say the game developers came up with, was Kills to Crypto. So effectively, there is within the game, inbuilt in the game, there's a live leaderboard, and basically there's sort of different sort of milestones within what's called the kill count. Kill count, K for count. So effectively, what that looks like is, as you kind of progress through the game, and I should take it back a step, it's actually a wave game, and what I mean by that is, and how I've kind of best described it to people when they've asked, is Call of Duty Zombies. So I don't know if anyone's played that game, but basically it's there's wave one, which might be 4 or 5 zombies, pretty basic in terms of how hard they are to kill. But as you progress through the game, as you go through the different waves of the game, they get quicker, smarter, they get harder to kill, and that's effectively what we've modelled this game off. So in a roundabout way, we've used that as a kind of a core sort of focus for our game, and we've kind of sort of stole with pride that concept. But effectively, as you go through the game and as you go through the waves, your kill count increases, and then you are put into the draw to win crypto or MTX tokens. But we're also looking at different coins as well. So we are looking at potentially for a Christmas special, we might do an Ethereum Bitcoin. So yeah, it's definitely going to be a really cool kind of part to our project. Like, obviously the project does have a serious nature to it, but we understand where we're playing, and BSC is all about fun. So we just wanted to make sure that we don't take ourselves too seriously, but we want to make sure that we offer something for everyone, and hence why we've come out with this game. And we're also coming out with an NFT collection as well. So, and I might just quickly touch on that. We've got a pre-launch NFT edition. I don't think I can share anything in the chat, or can I? Oh, I can. If you don't mind, I'll just share something just quickly, just to give you a little bit more context of what I'm sort of talking about.
Double Dragon will be awesome type game. Yeah, I remember playing that at the arcade, and like you say, if you make it very hard to win, you have to keep feeding that arcade machine. Probably put hundreds of pounds in to finish it. Yeah.
I'm just thinking, it doesn't look like I can add in any images.
I think XOXO is just XOXO. Can you unlock it so MTX can put some images into the text chat?
Perfect. Thank you for that. So I'll just put in one of our coins, and I might just say, whilst I'm doing this, so we've bought into the project Brad. So Brad is a 3D graphic design artist by trade, I guess. He's very much, he's been with our project since the start. We actually met on a mutual project as investors. So he's our 3D graphic design artist, and his portfolio of work, and I'm sure once this loads, you'll probably be impressed by it as well. But so he's worked on movies like Thor, Pacific Rim. He's worked for projects, and he's worked on content for DC Comics, Marvel. So his background of work is quite reputable, and for us to be able to, I guess, poach him and integrate him into our team, we're really privileged. So the pre-launch edition, so basically once this loads, it is quite a high resolution NFT, but pre-launch NFTs, there'll be silver, gold, and I gave it away, so Brad's probably going to be really annoyed at me when I chat to him after this AMA, but there is a glitch edition, so there'll be, which is kind of like a matrixy sort of thing. But there's essentially 40 of these NFTs. There's 20 of the gold, 14 of the gold, and then there'll be only 4 of the glitch edition. And how that works with the game is when we launch the game, there'll be promotional coins as well. So effectively, there'll be an MTX token, which will have a QR code on it. And basically with your mobile phone, you scan that QR code, takes you straight to the game, and you get an upper hand already with unlocked weapons, as well as based on the tiering of the actual NFT coin. So if you get a silver, effectively you might get 50 kills and 1 weapon upgrade. If you get the gold, you'll get 100 kills and potentially 2 weapon upgrades. And if you get the glitch, you may get 250 kills and the entire weapons. So basically for us, that was really important. Obviously when we're building our community, supporting those who are supporting others, that's been our vision and our motto since we started this. They're obviously supporting our project by joining our community and being potential investors. So for us, this was a really important way for us to really connect with our community, give back to our community as well, and give them the upper hand, so to speak, when we actually launch the game. So the coin or token NFT there is actually just loaded. So that's the silver edition, and then obviously once we get our promotional coins when the game launches, whoever's holding that NFT will be gifted one of these promotional tokens with the QR code.
Until then, they're going to be used like giveaways, aren't they, Lockie?
That's
giveaways.
Right. Yeah. So basically, it's for us, it's about the community aspects with what we're doing. So, obviously engaging in the community, being present in the community, bringing people into the community. That's how we're kind of going to give them to our community group. with that as well, we've got an NFT collection. I may as well touch on this as well, Jack, but we've got an NFT collection post this. So this is obviously just our pre-launch commitment, which is outlined in our roadmap. And then as we go, we've actually got an NFT launch, which will very much coincide with the game. So that's dubbed RR. So we haven't actually revealed what that looks like, but the only thing we will say is it will be a big launch and a big NFT launch for us, and it will be absolutely surrounding the game. So that's kind of just a little bit of a sneak peek into what that looks like, and a bit of a reveal in terms of what that looks like moving forward.
Yeah, I can see the passion you put in, and the things in the real world that you all enjoy, beat 'em ups, and sci-fi and everything is going to be incorporated into the project, which is great. And that brings the passion, and then the token has a far better success than just a MMA token or something like that. So would you look to do the MTX NFTs on cross chain in the future to ETH and Solana and things like that?
So at the moment, we have them stored on OpenSea. So that just because that's where the market is right now, that's where the eyes are. Gas fees are quite exorbitant at the moment. We've seen a lot of launches of NFTs on the Solana network, and that is quite attractive because it's actually gaining a lot of traction and a lot of traffic at the moment. So for our secret project coming up, I am considering the Solana platform for those for that NFT project. It's quite an attractive platform at the moment.
Definitely, and maybe Cardano when that's I don't know if they're up and running yet. We're still testing, but yeah, that'd be great. So has the team doxed or KYC for part of the pre-sale? Or?
So I'm privately doxed through Desert Finance, and we are. I don't think we've edited our About Us page yet.
Not yet. Not yet. We will be.
No. But we're gonna put a couple of mug shots up and get our faces out there.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, and for the audits, you're going to be doing audits for the project.
Already done. So, long story short, we deployed a initial contract that had a private Desert Finance doxing as well as a smart contract line by line specific audit by Solidity Finance. We then decided, upon consultation with a few other projects that have had successful launches, that we did need to include a lot of anti-sniper bot code and mechanisms in the code. So we actually redid it. I got our coder to redo it again and implement those features. I then got both audits redone again. So essentially, we've had 4 audits done. Sick of audits.
yeah, they're expensive as well. Yeah,
they are.
You've got plenty there. Yeah. So
we're not. Sorry, I was just going to say we are sort of keeping those reports a little bit private until launch day, because if anyone sort of is to get access to the smart contract address, there's a possibility that they could be recognised as a bot and not be able to trade.
Yeah. So with the pre-sale coming up on 28th of October, did you have a private sale before that, and how did that go?
We had a private sale where we hit 100 BNB hard cap. The majority of those funds will stay there and provide any added liquidity as a bit of a backup after the pre-sale phase. A small amount of it has been used for AMA's marketing, and a decent chunk is going to go as another deposit down for this game.
Yeah, I can see. Yeah, with the pre-sale, you've got 70% of the liquidity is going to be locked for a year. 20% marketing and wallet, and 10% to the dev wallets. Is that going from the pre-sale or private sale? Yeah.
So that's the pre-sale, which we're looking at using the Pink Sale platform. So yeah, you're right. 70% liquidity, 20% marketing, and 10% will be the dev wallets.
Awesome. And we can go into the marketing, and I can see you've already, you're pumping it out here. You've got Instagram, Telegram, Twitter, Facebook, and Reddit already. So you're proactive. A week or so before the launch already. So yeah, how long have you actually been working on the project? And
yeah, so we've been sort of working on this project for since the start of September. So it's been a very long run up. I've tried to model our launch on a few other successful projects that I've kept my eye on. I'm not ashamed to say that, because we do want a pretty solid launch, and all of those successful projects seem to have a big marketing lead up. They had this indescribable buzz about them leading into the pre-sale, and the pre-sale just sells out straight away. And then that invites all the buyers in as soon as you launch as well. So we definitely wanted we wanted all eyes on us before we went to any pre-sale.
Yeah, good point, Jack. And I think just to touch on that, obviously my background is marketing. So, when we started this and when I built the go-to-market deck with Jack, we implemented a 3-phase strategy, which basically pertains to a pre-launch, post-launch, and this is just the title I've given it, but a momentum train. So that's obviously post-launch, what our marketing will look like post that. So each phase, I guess, of the strategy includes a different approach, I guess. So obviously our reach is really important. So any kind of new project or new product, awareness of that brand is paramount. But for us, what we're really concerned with as well is making sure that the reach is actually converting into investors. So that conversion rate for us is really important. So for us, we are looking at influencer campaigns. Look, I'll be transparent. There's a lot of crap in terms of influencers on Twitter. So we've been really targeted with kind of, I guess, who we're looking at, and just to make sure that followers are actually authentic followers. But in saying that, for a new project, filtering through, and this is no disrespect to some other projects, but there is a lot of garbage on the BSC platform. So we're really making sure that that we're getting the eyes on our project. Obviously, that can be a challenge with the plethora of other projects out there, which is why our concept, I think, is unique, and what we're trying to bring to this platform is unique and different. And it's not a carbon copy like for like project. Otherwise, we would have called our name something very different. So for us, our strategy very much aligns with below the line marketing. So obviously influencer campaigns. I think this style of marketing in terms of what we're doing right now is AMA groups, I think, is first and foremost a priority for us. The brand awareness piece with some of the influencer campaigns that we're doing, that's for, I guess, mass awareness of our product. But for us, the main focus right now is AMA and having that kind of core interaction with real time, I guess, investors and verified investors. So I think that's really important. So we've actually got a YouTube video that was done about our project already, even though we haven't launched, by quite a reputable YouTuber. He generally doesn't review projects on BSC, and so he actually reviewed our project, and we fully obviously doxed ourselves and had a Zoom meeting with him. And that's actually, there's a link on our website in the blog page if anyone wants to take a look. But he's actually invested in the project too, so he really liked it, which is always nice. So that's our focus. Look, we see projects, and I see it all the time with the billboards and the above the line strategies, which from an appeasing of the community, that looks great. It looks like you're spending money and you're doing something, but for us, it's more importantly about that conversion rate. So, having a billboard in New York or Tokyo, from the eyes that see that, what's the conversion into an investor into your project? I would say it'd be quite a small percentage. I think doing this sort of style of marketing with AMA groups is a far better strategy in terms of that conversion rate. So that's our focus at the moment. But rest assured, my background's marketing. I've brought in Na, so I actually work with her in my job outside of this project. we work together, and she's digital media content manager for the same company I work for. Her connections are phenomenal. We're actually in discussions with a lot of these guys. So she's got direct connections with Google, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube. And I don't mean from an influencer perspective. I mean from an actual business perspective. So we're kind of in discussions now with a few of these guys. So yeah, really for us, it was mainly about just making sure the team is solid. You know, we knew we had the product, and the winning formula for any business is having a winning product and a winning team. So that was kind of a core focus for us, was bringing in the right people where their skills are transferable. So we're not just giving people a fancy title. We're not coders then trying to work out a marketing strategy and then try and work out how to bring in the right team. You know, we've made sure that people's skills within this team are their skills outside of this project.
Awesome. Yeah. It looks like you're building it really, really well before launch. So with Matrix Protocol project, how many people are you building towards the team? Devs, mods, and admins.
We have a tight.
Sorry, I missed that. I missed that question. Sorry.
Regarding the team, so we have a tight knit team. There's 5 of us at a very core level. We're all Aussies. We have an extended team of administrative moderators from UK, US. That's a team of 20. So that's the structure at the moment.
I think just to echo that. So obviously, yes, we have that core team. And the extended moderators and admins, we handpicked from other projects, mainly because we like the way not only that they moderated the chat, but their engagement with the community. And I think for us, that's really important for a successful project.
Definitely. Yeah. So with the NFTs, what's the launch time for the project after it goes on PancakeSwap?
So we'll continue to launch the collection, the pre-launch collection, as we go, and the secret kind of, I guess, project will be launched at the end of the year.
Awesome. So are there some available for investors to buy now then on OpenSea?
It's listed on OpenSea, but they're not available to buy just yet.
No problem. Right, so I can open it up to the rest of the team if anyone's got any questions for Lockie or Jack.
I was just curious about the AI partnerships. How is that going to work? Are you guys going to choose who you're going to partner with, or are you going to work sort of like an incubator? How is that coming along?
So yeah, great question. It's a question we get a lot, obviously being the core of what we're doing. So initially to start, we'll be looking to partner with startups. So I guess from a community kind of wallet perspective, that's what we're looking to do. Obviously with my background with sponsorships as well and partnerships, we don't want it to be a transactional kind of token gesture where we're just gifting, funds and do what you please kind of thing, and then going back to our community saying, look what we've done. So really for us, it's about, being partnered with these startups from a grassroots kind of perspective as they build and as we grow. And then we actually want to form somewhat of a partnership with these startups. So initially, that's our short-term strategy. Long-term strategy is we want to be the platform where these tech startups or AI tech startup businesses can join and use our platform as a way to seek out investors.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. So it'll be kind of like a launch pad for tokens or projects that do AI.
Yeah. That's right, and our aim is to ensure that or try and embed other crypto projects to support it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I know a lot of projects are starting to integrate AI or just like small parts of it and doing just random stuff, even just like small audits or something like that. So and yeah. The more AI, the better. That's what I say.
Yeah, it's great. I can see, you're all very professional. You've got everything in place and things that you're really passionate about. With the gaming and the NFTs and sci-fi. It'll come together really nicely. And I can recommend the project to our investors. But can we go into the pre-sale then for investors? Yeah.
Sure.
how they can get involved.
So if you join our community, you'll see that we're running a sweep. We're running actually a whole host of competitions, so giveaways for whitelist spots. So one off the top of my head is our sweep widget referral competition, which is generating a leaderboard. So that's, going through and liking all our socials, that sort of stuff. There's also a content creation competition. So there will be whitelist spots allocated to that competition. We will select those that have won that. And the pre-sale itself, we're aiming for the pink sale platform. Maximum buy will be 1.5 BNB, and that hard cap is 400 BNB.
Awesome. Yeah. So I can open it up to the team or investors. Anyone's got any questions for Lockie or Jack? No, maybe covered most of the things, but yeah, so you are welcome as well in the community to come back in. We support AMAs after we've had them. You can keep us updated with the NFTs and the game in the future. And yeah, it's a really interesting project, and I will be recommending it to our community, definitely, and I'm sure people will get involved. Yeah, people will be listening to the recording, and we'll get that out around the BSC to plenty of people. So thank you very much for coming, Jack and Lockie. It's been very interesting talking to you, and yeah, it's very professional, and yeah, I really like it.
Thanks for having us, Glenn.
Yeah, thank you, mate. We appreciate it, and absolutely would love to see some of your community in our Telegram soon. Thanks very much.
Definitely, yeah. If anyone's listening back to the recording, we can give you a Telegram link to Matrix Protocol, and yeah, jump in there and see what's going on over the next week, and maybe pinch some of them wireless spots. That'd be great. One of our team said he'll be coming into your chat, so that's great.
Welcome.
Yeah, I finished the recording. I'll send a copy over to Lockie or Jack. Yeah, and you can share that with your community. So are you actually opening up on Discord as well, or just Telegram?
No, that's the next thing in discussion, actually, about setting up a Discord community. So that'll be on the immediate plans. I'm not sure whether we do that pre-launch. It might be immediately post-launch.
Okay, cool. Well, thanks very much for coming, guys. I know it's early there in Australia, but yeah, this is usually a peak time in crypto between 7 and 11 p.m. in Europe, and then in Australia. Australia's early, but America and Canada, yeah, are usually around. But yeah, that's great. Thanks very much for coming, guys.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
thank you.
No problem. That's great. And yeah, like I say, just keep us updated in the text chat, or DM me or one of the team, and we can put some updates in there for you on the NFTs and the launch and everything. That'd be great.
Will do. Thanks, mate.
Okay, take care, guys.